Today we're going to explore one of rock and roll's coolest guitars. The player is Billie Joe. No, not that one. Joe, not Joel. There you go. The guitar in question is known as Blue. Billie's Blue Strat copy is probably the guitar he's most associated with, and for good reason. But first, special thanks to Timothy Karras, T.W. Chisholm, Ilhex, and Spider-Man Fan for requesting this video. And also thanks to the real Spider-Man for keeping us all safe during these difficult times. Let's begin. In 1982, a diner waitress at Rod's Hickory Pit in El Cerrito, California, named Ollie Louise Jackson, bought a guitar and gave it to her 6th and youngest child as an early birthday present. That guitar is now known to the world as Blue.
You're my boy, Blue!
That child is now known to the world as Pubes Magoo. Unfortunate picture. Actually, it's the one and only Billie Joe Armstrong, known to most as the frontman of the American punk band Green Day.
That's me when I was 10. Thanks, Mom.
Billie Joe Armstrong was born on February 17, 1972, and Blue was an early 10th birthday present, so his acquisition of the guitar is either very late 1981 or early 1982. For years before the internet, many people thought that Blue was a Fender Stratocaster. We now know that Blue is actually a Fernandes Strat copy, very likely a Fernandes model called the Revival, RST-50 or an RST-80, and both would have been in production and available when Billie Joe was 10 years old. For those who have not heard of Fernandes guitars, here's a quick history lesson. Fernandes Guitars is a Japanese company from Osaka, founded in 1969, dudes! According to their website, the USA division of Fernandes is now closed, and they are almost exclusively selling guitars in the Japanese market. But for many years, American players were able to buy them, and buy them they did. Famous players who have used the Fernandes include Billie Joe Armstrong, of course, Kirk Hammett of Metallica, Neil Schon of Journey, and Kurt Cobain of Nirvana, though there are many more, but this is a quick history of Fernandes and not a full biography. Some say that Kurt Cobain's Black Vandalism Strat is a Fender body with a Fernandes neck replacement. Others claim it was a full Fernandes. Gross. But I wasn't there, so don't hate. Either way, Kurt used at least part of a Fernandes. But back to Blue, since that's why we're here today. Blue is said to be a model called the Revival RST-50 or 80, though some on the internet still debate this in the sad hellscape that is internet comment sections. I had to say, you know it's true. The Revivals that I've seen all say Revival on the headstock, but Blue doesn't. But this is because, according to Bill Schneider of Pinhead Gunpowder, which is one of Billie Joe's side projects, the neck has been refretted and the headstock was refinished, which is why there's no logo to be seen. And that is unfortunate because there were multiple logo changes at Fernandes during the 70s and 80s, and that would really help to narrow things down. Some say that Blue is a Fernandes LE-1 model, and others say that the LE-1 wasn't produced until years after Billie got Blue. Anyway, whichever Fernandes model Blue really is, we do know that Billie Joe's mom, Ollie, got Blue from Billie Joe's guitar teacher, George Coil, who himself had bought the guitar from a man named David Margan, who played with Santana sometime in the 1970s and 80s. George Coil is also the person who gave Billie Joe his first humbucker. For non-guitar players, a humbucker is a guitar pickup designed in the 1950s in an attempt to eliminate the unwanted hum that single coil pickups produce. Single coil pickups act like small antennas, picking up electromagnetic interference usually heard as hum. When you put two coils together and wire them out of phase with each other, this causes the hum generated by each coil to be canceled out by the other coil, and voila! Humbuckers. Humbuckers produce less treble and more mid-range and a fatter sound, whereas single coils have a brighter, bell-like, and thinner tone. Now, Blue came with 3 single coil pickups stock, and Billy's first humbucker was given to him by his guitar teacher George. It's still debated as to whether or not the humbucker was installed by Billie Joe or George. Mysterious. The first humbucker in Blue is said to be a Bill Lawrence L500XL pickup or an L500 lead, which was the XL's precursor. And Billie Joe or someone installed it in the bridge position at an angle, not unlike Eddie Van Halen's famous Frankenstein Strat or Frankentstrat. Check out that video now. But we'll talk about the pickup angle later. We shouldn't overlook the importance of George Coil, who is said to have been a father figure to Billy because Billy's own father died the same year that he got Blue, and his dad was a musician too, so it's all connected. According to Billie Joe, quote, "I never really learned how to read music. He just taught me how to put my hands on the thing." End quote. And gross.
Oh, Billy.
Now let's explore in excruciating detail Blue's different pickups throughout the years. Fernandes single coils, stock. Bill Lawrence L500 lead or L500XL. These pickups are distinctive in that they have rails instead of pole pieces like the single coils in Blue and its other humbuckers. Sometime before their August 1994 Woodstock appearance, the Bill Lawrence pickup is replaced with a white humbucker, most likely a Seymour Duncan SH4, aka the JB model, but it's hard to tell even from the highest resolution photos that I could find, and I still don't see the name Seymour Duncan written on that humbucker like it is on the black Duncan pickups that Billie Joe added later on. According to Wikipedia, after the Seymour Duncan was filled with mud and ruined at Woodstock in '94, Armstrong reinstalled the Bill Lawrence pickup before recording Insomniac in 1995. In fact, on November 18, 1994, at the Jaded in Chicago show, Blue is shown to have a black humbucker that looks like another Bill Lawrence with rails. This could be the L500XL or L500 lead.
Look at it closer. Closer. Don't be afraid. It's your friend. Yeah.
Those look like rails to me, and I should know. I've done plenty of rails in my lifetime. What? Sometime in 1995, the Bill Lawrence humbucker is switched to a black Seymour Duncan JB, aka SH4. The Duncan is said to have stayed on the guitar until Green Day recorded the Nimrod album in 1997. According to UltimateGuitar.com poster Justin Becker, the pickup was swapped yet again in 2011 to a Gibson humbucker, though no word on which humbucker it was, and Gibson has a variety of different pickups that they make. If anyone can prove which one it was, please post in the comments below. When Green Day played Irving Plaza in New York City on September 15, 2012, Blue is seen with no headstock logo, and it doesn't look sanded down, so it's probably not one of the Fender replicas or Frankenstein. It does have a zebra pickup in the bridge, aka one coil is white and the other is black, but I can't make out any branding on it though. In Premier Guitar's Rig Rundown Green Day episode, guitar tech Andrew Hans Buscher says that the pickup is a Seymour Duncan SH4, aka the JB. According to Hans, quote,
"I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass."
We also need to note that Billie Joe has had the Fender Custom Shop build a number of replicas of Blue. It's been said by Pinhead Gunpowder bandmate Bill Schneider that these were all smashed at shows or given away. And it can be hard to tell which is the real Blue by looking at photos alone, because there are surprisingly few close-up photos of the headstock or the back of the guitar, which would show a taped photo of a 10-year-old Billy holding Blue. One of the Fender replicas is known as Frankenstein and is seen here with a Fender logo on the headstock. This is seemingly confirmed by Equipboard.com, who states that in 1997, Billie Joe ordered 3 Blue replicas and a custom Strat called Frankenstein. These are the guitars that were smashed and or given away. It is said that the guitars were built by Alex Perez of the Fender Custom Shop. Now it's time to talk about Blue's other guitar specs. We do know that there's a photo of a 10-year-old Billie Joe Armstrong holding Blue that's literally taped to the back of it, which can be seen in the Rig Rundown episode and elsewhere. But since it's not really common to see the back of guitars in concert footage and photos, at least in the case of Green Day, it's easy to mistake a replica for the real deal. And also because Billy doesn't exactly use the same stickers that he did back in the 90s. He replaces them all the time. We're going to talk about that too later. One change that was made, uncertain of the year, Graphtec saddles were added. Currently, of course, we know about the Seymour Duncan SH4 JB, which I haven't read that he's changed it since 2013 Rig Rundown times. But if you know different, let me know in the comments. The guitar body wood is most likely silver heart, which is a wood I've never heard of before. It's an African wood used mostly for furniture and apparently bowling alley lanes. The guitar could also be either mahogany or maple, as Fernandes used all three of those on those models in those years. Now let's talk about the bridge pickup's slanted angle. Billie Joe or someone else, maybe George Cole, installed the humbucker at an angle kind of like Eddie Van Halen's Frankentstrat. Now, was this because of how the guitar was already routed for the bridge pickup? Was it convenience? Or was it to copy Eddie? Or was it purposefully to change the guitar's tone, which could also be to copy Eddie? There's a lot of conflicting information from people who all claim to know the truth. According to Billy's guitar tech Hans, quote, "This is the biggest mod having the pickup like that. It's completely different sound than just having it straight like on a Les Paul. I'm still trying to figure it out in my mind. Why it sounds like that, but it just does. It's something different, like Eddie Van Halen. Chomp, chomp, chomp." End quote. The single coils on Blue are really flat against the body/pick guard, which a lot of people say is because of how aggressive Billie Joe plays guitar. But since he only uses the bridge pickup and the bridge pickup selector is locked on the bridge position, it's probably just to keep them out of the way when he's playing, whether he's playing aggressive or not. Plus, according to Guitar World magazine, they're not even connected, which is very Eddie Van Halen Frankenstrat. Anyway, apparently there were Spurzl locking tuners, most likely replaced in '94 after Woodstock. Another spec, I guess it's a spec, not really, but Blue is tuned to E flat and uses Ernie Ball 10s, according to Hans. Blue also appears in a number of Green Day music videos, including Longview, Welcome to Paradise, Basket Case, Geek Stink Breath, Stuck With Me, Brain Stew/Jaded, Hitchin' a Ride, and Minority. The BJ on Blue stands for Billie Joe and was inspired by Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar, which features his initials SRV on the pickguard. Now we've got to talk about all of the stickers Billie Joe's had on Blue over the years, and there are a lot of them. I'm going to try to get them all in order by year, but since I'm not Billie Joe and never met anyone in Green Day or their road crew, I have to go by what's available on the internet, which is, of course, always 100% accurate.
Right.
If you want to see each sticker on its own, click the link in the description below. And finally, to all the moms out there who buy their sons guitars, you are the best moms in the world. Unless you also have an OnlyFans account. Ew. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.